Hi, I'm Jennifer of Sprig, and I am at the restaurant Butter, a very popular spot in New York City with the executive chef, Alex Warnashelli.
Hi.
And her butternut squash.
Yes. Today we're going to be cooking with a lot of butter. We're going to make a fabulous butternut squash soup. These are a lot of my favorites. I'm really a sucker for color, and so I immediately go for the vibrant ones. That's not to downplay good old butternut. I mean, this is like the tugboat in the harbor. Without it, no boats would go anywhere. That's how I feel. But these are really fun. And it's fun to kind of mix them and get to know them. The first thing we want to do is deal with our squash, obviously. We can't make a soup if we don't have the raw ingredient.
Yeah.
You know, I find it absolutely essential to use ingredients that are from the local market. Something that I feel like people don't say outright is we often talk about the ingredients and how important it is to be mindful of the environment. But it's also important to, I feel, support the people, the individuals that are making a lifelong commitment to growing food that's good for us, that's good to eat, that's available locally, and trucking it to the market and unloading it and, you know, handing it to me with the soil on their hands that it grew in. I mean, there's nothing that replaces that experience. We've just talked about how fabulous the squash is. Now we're going to dump a whole bunch of really good stuff on top of it. So I start with a little pepper and salt. It's sort of the foundation of the flavor. And then this brown butter. And then the molasses. And again, it's important to drizzle it all around, but it's most important, obviously, to get it in the cavity. So then some brown sugar. This recipe is really a push and a pull between sweet and savory flavors.
Mm-hmm. You're dancing it both ways.
Yeah, that's right. It really is. It's like playing a fiddle, you know?
Yummy.
So then we put the dried ginger and then the fresh ginger. Put a little water in the bottom. At this point, we're going to wrap.
Okay.
And pop it in the oven.
Foil.
All these different notes, after roasting in the oven for 2 hours, will all melt together with the squash. They'll kind of mellow.
It's becoming one.
Yeah, I mean,
with the squash.
It is a zen spa moment for the squash. This is like a cucumber rub for us. This is a Hokkaido, which we saw outside, and you can see that the flesh
It's thick.
is really thick and firm. And this is the butternut, and you can see that when I put my knife in,
Smooth.
it doesn't resist me at all.
Have you ever put it in the microwave?
No. It's kind of like putting your makeup on for 3 hours and then putting a paper bag on your head right before you go out. That's what the microwave is like to me. It's kind of sinful. What you want to do when you clean the squash is just come up along the edge. You can see how wonderful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
You can just tell right away, right?
It looks like sherbet.
If it gives you any resistance while you're doing this, it's never too late to stop and pop it back in the oven and finish cooking it. So we're going to add the milk. And then, of course, a little cream, just a little. Don't look. This isn't even on a burner yet or anything. But you can see that the squash is totally the boss of what's going on. I'm going to add a little bit of orange juice, a little bit of Worcestershire, a pinch of cinnamon, orange zest, and very important, the garlic oil. And this harkens, and this is just chopped garlic, and I poured olive oil over it. If I get to this point and I'm stirring it and I feel like, you know what, maybe this is going to need a little more flavor,
Thicken it up.
I can thicken it up. I can always add some water if it gets too thick. I'm going to magically have this sandwich bubbling on the stove.
Oh my word.
It's got some goat's milk cheese and bacon, both bought locally, free market, sandwiched on a little sourdough bread. I would say the only thing you need to do is make sure it all comes together, and guess what? You know, does it taste good? And now I am going to take my lovely sandwich. So I'll pop this in the blender. You can literally blend the soup, pour it into the bowls, and go. And there you have it. All right, you know the chef can never go first because, you know.
Really?
No, it's not polite.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Bad squash etiquette.
There's squash etiquette. That's good to know. Thank you, chef.
Dig in. I'm getting ready.
That's amazing.
There's a
Oh,
lot of
God, that's
personality.
good. That's really good.
How'd that happen? My God.
Yeah.
Just a little squash.
Alex, thank you so much for showing us what to do with this wonderful squash.
It's been my pleasure, truly. You guys are you're great. Thank you.
You're great. And you guys are great.
You guys are great.
Thanks for having us at the party, Squash. For this recipe and more, go to sprig.com.